Good morning. It has been a very long time since I've sat here and done this. I can't actually remember if I've uploaded this year or was it last year? Last year was just such a mess. I can't recall. I think I uploaded near the Wicked premiere. I'm sure there's some Wicked footage on here, so maybe the last time was November. I found with my Instagram there has been such a massive shift this year. And I remember years ago when I really started on TikTok, it felt like Instagram was full on dying, and I'm kind of back in that realm, but it's definitely a lot stronger, and I'm really missing that community and chats I used to have on there. It's so bad. I've even started to think, do I start another account? And the idea of that is not thrilling because content wise I'd be doing the same thing. But it's dire. Actually, lip stain. I get a lot of messages asking how I do this. So I'm going to try and show you. I did do a TikTok in collaboration with them in December. I don't know if I can do this at the camera. I might have to do this and hope that you can see it well. So as I'm adding it, I feel I do tiny little drags, if that makes sense. I'm going to do it and not talk and hope that you can see what I'm doing. I don't feel like the pressure I apply is crazy strong either. Kind of like back and forth motions. Shade number 4 is my current favourite and has been for a while, but I do switch it up sometimes. I've been using this for such a long time and it's wild now seeing how viral it is. Well, here I'm not really dragging, I'm sort of tapping. I don't even know what I do, I just do it and it seems to work. I think it would be interesting if they made it with a different applicator as well, if you could get it more precise, but I don't mind a bit of a rough look. I have so much pigmentation here, I just kind of go over that. Is this even focusing? I will not be impressed if I watch this back and it isn't, and I apologise. I'm a terrible YouTuber. So I thought I'd just come on here and film and get ready today because why not? I'm just gonna work this through my brows. I've let the NYX one stay on there for a few minutes. And what I have been doing after I wiggle this in is using my Tweezerman, I think it's my Tweezerman, lash comb, really separate the brow hairs. And then I just sort of tap in the excess product. I'm still very into the laminated brow. I know that a lot of people have moved on from it, but I just love it. I love a bold brow. And I still think this Refi, whatever it's called, brow, is it Brow Sculpt, I think? Yeah, Brow Sculpt is still one of my favourites. That combined with the NYX gel. A pretty calm day at home today. A couple of videos I need to edit and ideally one I need to film, but I might just do that tomorrow. There's no sort of urgency behind it. I've got a chat with my astrologer later, which is not a sentence I could have imagined myself saying years ago. I met Clarice at a Harrods event, probably 2 years ago now. It was June 2 years ago. And I just really, really loved her aura. I took her details and she said if I wanted to do another follow-up call or maybe like a natal chart or something like that. And I did, and I really enjoyed it. I'm very open-minded when it comes to things like that. I basically ended up making it a monthly thing, and I liken it to a kind of therapy. I don't want to overstep or say anything that could offend or anything when I say that, and certainly wouldn't put that on Clarice, but that's how it feels to me. I get off the call and I feel like a bit of a release. What I absolutely love about it is it feels like I'm just looking forward. And I don't think I've ever opened up or said this online, so I did try therapy for the first time ever last March, following the passing of my mum and other things I had going on. And it could be that I just didn't resonate as much with my therapist at the time or whatever. I'm aware that it's not just a one trick thing, you try it once and then you say no, but I didn't love it. I absolutely couldn't stand going over my past and things I've gone through, and I know that's part of it. I'm being very honest here and open, so just saying things with caution. It also made me remember things that I have definitely buried, which was also quite a shock, and didn't love that. I didn't feel any lighter for it, I felt heavier, and again, I know that maybe that's part of the process, and that's what you're kind of meant to do at first, is get really deep, and then but it was just making me feel worse, is all I'm going to say. I've just found that for me, I really, really like looking forward in life and not back. And it doesn't mean I don't look back. I do still look back all the time. I'm a very nostalgic person, ridiculously deep at times, which annoys the hell out of me, quite honestly. I've taken a lot from my chats with Clarice and looking at the future and what that can hold. I bought this for travel, but it's actually become one of my favourite little palettes. Unless I'm doing something colourful, I don't do too much on my eyes. Oh, Slinky. Reformer Pilates later, which is another quite new thing for me. Started in December. Well, I guess that makes it not incredibly new now, but I decided I really wanted to switch up my workouts because I've been doing the same thing for 5 years or so. I was quite fortunate that a Reformer Pilates little studio opened up near me. So I've been doing that 2 or 3 times a week, mainly 2. Getting to 3 can be a little tricky. I've been really, really enjoying that. I know that's going through a bit of a trend. I suppose it has for the last few years. I was quite late to the party. I had to pause there to listen to some voice notes from my lovely agent, Marnie. Busy days, we share so many voice notes back and forth. It's actually quite obscene, but it's my favourite way to communicate, a voice note. I've been using this mascara for a few weeks and it is so good, such a good find. I was rooting through some PR boxes and sorting out makeup and found this and thought I'd give it a go. Is the Estee Lauder Zero Smudge Lengthening Mascara. Bit of a waffly name. I should also say I do have a lash lift, so it really helps my lashes. I can't recommend them enough. Not the most fun treatment to get done. As someone that used to wear false lashes most days, I have really, really embraced my natural lashes in the last 6 months or so. Oh gosh, I don't think I've talked for about 2 minutes. I'm just not the chattiest person in the world. One-on-one with someone is my favourite. Then I'm in a good zone. Going back to the I love a bold brow thing. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. I use a lot of NYX these days. I really do feel they have some really great products. And I also love how inclusive they feel from so many perspectives. That brand had existed when I was a teenager. I don't think it did. Pretty sure. I would have absolutely been a big customer. I was spending my allowances and money from various jobs I had as a teenager on makeup from MAC and NARS because they were the brands that had the really pigmented blacks. And I do remember a certain rock star who shall not be named saying that he used MAC, and I was like, well, okay, fine, if you're using it, I therefore need to. It does have to be said, I still absolutely love those brands. But I just think what some of the newer brands are doing is really great. Still find this very satisfying to peel off despite how many times I've done it. Lovely. Like 2 little antennas. Antennae? Antennas. Antennae. I'm going to do SPF and some concealer and be right back. Just fell. I'm so clumsy. I think my plan is I will just add this YouTube as is as a chatty makeup video. I'm not promising, but in case I do make any more videos, it would be helpful to hear what you would like to see. I do find vlogs a little tricky because of the amount of time I spend with my family. I feel like I'm either with my family or on my own. I just don't know if I can just talk to a camera that well. I just think I'm really terrible at it. I used the wrong one. That's why they're so dark. Fine, I like a bold freckle. There are certainly some very niche things I feel like I could talk about, but I also feel like who is going to watch a video about fine jewellery and 9-inch nails? I do still like to go over this lip stain, just because I love the tone of this lip liner so much. I'm forever seeking a similar tone from a different brand. If anyone has any recommendations. This is Victoria Beckham Beauty, number 2. This tone to me is perfection. I just haven't found one that quite compares. I did see an Isamaya Beauty one recently that I thought I'll give that a whirl. So maybe I'll do that. I think her brand is incredible, so that could be worth a go. Isn't this the most pleasing palette? I would love it if they released a mini version for on the go. Freaking delightful with that look. Teeny tiny heart with an oversized gem on it. Charlotte Tilbury, I will happily encourage this to go into production. I do think I'm the least likely content creator for Charlotte Tilbury in terms of who they would pick, but you know, just throwing it out there. I got sent this yesterday. It's this new Fenty, what is it called? Fenty Treats Hydrating and Strengthening Lip Oil. I love a clear balm or oil, and this is coconut scented, which is definitely a favourite. I don't like eating coconut, but I love it incense. Hello, Magpie. I have to tidy up my desk the moment I've finished getting ready. I need to add the rest of my rings. On that note, I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it wasn't too disappointing.